It's Daddy Jack's Cooking with the Blues. We got a little catering and we got a wine tasting here at Chaplin's Restaurant, 165 Bank Street in London, Connecticut. And Bob Jacko, my friend, doing the camera work, Bob Jacko Productions. Bruno here, my nephew Joshua. The menu is lobster corn chowder. We'll do a watermelon salad over baby arugula with the feta cheese dressing. And then let's see what else. We got beef Wellington here, so I'm just browning off some of the Wellington. I seasoned it up real good. And, you know, you want some good flavor into the dish. So make sure you got plenty of salt and pepper. We're roasting them off below rare. Let them cool. I'll show you how to make the mushroom duxelle stuffing. Put that over the top. And wrap it in puff pastry. Short notice, I couldn't find any duck livers. I was going to make my own duck liver pate. That'll be for another day. And so here it is. We're browning them off. And that's it. They're looking delicious right there. Okay, we're going to deglaze the pan now. Get all that good flavor in the bottom. The red wine. That's going to go into our sauce that we're going to make. Scrape the bottom. One piece needs to be done some more, but it was getting really, the bottom was getting really covered up. So we're going to deglaze it now. We'll deglaze it again with some more red wine. Just pull all that good flavor out the bottom. See, that's what gives our sauce a nice color. Look at that. See? Clean it out even with a little bit of water, so I can continue browning off that other piece. All right, we're going to do the mushroom, the duxelle stuff, and they call it mushroom duxelle. And got some butter in the skillet. A little bit of garlic. We got the chopped mushrooms. We're making some stuffed mushrooms, so I got all the stems, pieces. Use them up. So I just leave the onions on the bottom, let them cook first. Just lay this over the top. What do you think, Bruno? Should I do some port wine in the duxelle?
Yeah, it'd be lovely, yeah.
Grab me that bottle of port wine, Josh. Yeah, we're gonna put a little salt and pepper. A little salt and pepper in the duxelle. Not too much, because it's gonna really reduce down a lot. Okay, we got our duxelle stuffing. Mushroom stuffing. The tenders, this one is nice and rare. See, we just let them cool down real nice. See how they're nice and rare? Then once the duxelle is cooled down, and then we'll spread that on top, wrap it in puff pastry. Bruno and I were talking. The old trick that I learned from an Austrian guy was sprinkle the bottom with some breadcrumbs. Some dry breadcrumbs. We used to do that with strudel, apple strudel, so to absorb some of the moisture, any excess moisture that comes off the beef when it maybe drips or whatever, so it's not going to sog out the pastry crust, the puff pastry. So then we'll do is we'll cover this with the duxelle when it's cool. When everything's totally cool, we'll wrap it in puff pastry, brush it with egg, and then we're just talking, you know, about 25 minutes in a 400-degree oven, nice and hot. Then just reduce it down a little bit. Once the crust is cooked on the outside, I'll probably put them in right when the hors d'oeuvres go out. So we don't. There's one thing you don't want to do is when the Wellington's done, you don't want to bring it out and let it set too long. that carryover heat's going to make it well done. We don't want to do that, right, Bruno?
Right, yeah, otherwise it'll get soggy in you. And a lot of people, you see in magazines, Jack will probably say they do trellis work, but you don't have to do that if you're doing it for a plate presentation, can't you?
Sometimes, sometimes on the individual, if you're doing it on a buffet, you could take some of the puff pastry, cut it into stems and leaves to make a floral design or whatever you want, but we're not going to do it here because we're just going to slice them right off. Okay, here we go now. Put the duxelle on the beef. What do you got? 2 wrap. Save the best for last. Okay. I hit this with a little bit of breadcrumb. Just any excess water. We don't want it to bleed through the pastry. Okay, we roll it out a little bit.
Classic roller.
Yeah, classic roller.
You'll have to watch this tape.
What's the mixture on top of it?
Mushroom duxelle.
Oh. What's that made from?
Just chopped mushrooms, onions, and a little port wine, reduced down till it's dry.
I'll take them, Josh.
Give me that half pan there, Bruno, with another piece of paper on it. I could actually use this paper here. So lift it up.
Josh,
That was pretty.
You put your cream cheese down, didn't you, Josh? Yeah.
Whole object is to have one end meet the other. That's without ripping it. Okay. So what I'll do, just on that bottom seam, I'll put a little bit off here. See? A little bit extra pastry on the bottom. Okay. Okay. So like I said, normally you could take some of that extra puff pastry. We're going to do it like in a buffet. Make the stem, the leaves, the flowers, decorate it. You can do whatever you want. But here we're just going to be slicing it back here, so. And then we put it in the oven, 25 minutes. Ideally, it's going to come up right to a nice medium rare. So wipe up and we're ready for showtime. Daddy Jack's Cooking with the Blues here with our friends. Bruno, Bob Jack on camera. Our friend Reed Burdick here. And we're going to have some fun tonight. I'll show you how we plated it up. Get a real super sharp knife cutting through the pastry. Look at that, man. Perfect medium rare. You got the duxelle and foie gras stuffing. Perfect, right? Let the knife do the work. Cut through it. Sauce. I always like to hit it with a spatula. Bruno cut the nice veg with a channel knife. You see how you got the nice, that's it. We were going to do some turnip potatoes. The last minute we said we wouldn't do it because, you know, it's just too much food, too many courses. So it's classic beef Wellington. Look at that, huh? Who wouldn't like to have a plate of that right there? Come over here, Bruno, Josh. Hurry up, hurry your ass up. I couldn't have done it without my friends and nephew Josh. Awesome. That's Daddy Jack's. Come on, Jenny. No? That's Daddy Jack's Cooking with the Blues. Classic beef Wellington here at Chaplin's Restaurant, 165 Bank Street, New London, Connecticut.